It's horrendous. It's a reference. Volume 3, Cinder says that. I can remember that. I can remember that one line of hers, but I can't remember the goddamn titles of half the goddamn songs in the OST reaction. I'm stupid. And it's hot in here. Anyway, it's horrendous. Anyway, hey, hi, ho, and howdy, everyone. My name is Shannon L. Shook, and welcome yet again to another episode of the RWBY Volume 7 OST reactions. This time, we are going to be doing Qrow, that sweet, tasty song about that sweet metal boy, that dickish metal boy, as well as, hopefully, a brand new day. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am to jump into these. This should be pretty fun. Do I have anything I need to, housekeeping, things I need to get to before we get started? Not really, I don't think. If you guys did not see already, we did the first episode, which contained Trust, Love, and Touch the Sky. I fucking loved both of them. It's the RWBY soundtrack. It's the soundtrack from my favorite show, made by my favorite artist. So, of course I was going to like it. There's not a single song I don't like. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. But I liked them. I actually, again, really like Trust the Sky. Oh my god. Touch, Love, and Trust the Sky. The alternate timeline. Anyway, I really liked Touch the Sky. Again, even though I'm 99% sure that most of it comes from me biased thinking something that isn't actually accurate. Big brain. Anyway, yeah, so this video is going to be about Qrow, and which is obviously Ironwood's kind of theme that we got from the Ironwood and fucking douchebag fight. Watts. There he is. I mean, douchebag's honestly just as accurate as Watts. But yeah, the Watson, fucking Watson? Oh my goodness. The Watts and Ironwood fight, as well as, again, fuck it, I just said what it was. Brand New Day, right? Yeah, Brand New Day, which again should be, if I'm not mistaken, the episode 5 montage song. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump into these. Again, we're going to be doing two runs of each song. One where I just try and... Again, it's always backwards. I'm not going to say which one is which, because it's never accurate. I'm a goddamn liar. One where I'm just kind of listening, and one where I take it all in and then talk about it, which is supposed to be in that order, but again, it never is. So I'm just a fucking liar. I'm a deceiver of everyone. Yeah, so we're going to do that. Again, I'm not expecting to talk too much about the latter, but I probably am going to have a little bit to talk about this one, because Ironwood is an interesting motherfucker. He's a frustrating boy, but we love him. But he's kind of a dick. But we kind of hate him. But we love him, but he's fucking up. You big metal bitch. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and watch this. But first, again, please always give support to Jeff and Casey Lee Williams, as well as everyone else who put in their awesome talent into these into the OST. By going ahead and supporting them, buying their shit. Obviously, always support RT with anything that they do. Fucking sirs and madams, again, thank you so much for putting together these lyric videos so that I can do this. Super fucking awesome. You guys are radtastic. Again, I was really worried I was going to end up having to either wait a fuck ton of a time, or that I was going to sweat profusely. Couldn't escape that one. Or I was going to have to do it without having access to lyrics, and I'm really glad I have them. Because being able to actually listen and see what we have going on is a lot more beneficial, I think. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and check this out. Support. I got a Discord if you want to talk about RWBY. I like talking about RWBY. Again, Patreon is a thing that exists. It is not mandatory by any means. but it is there. Again, it's not super relevant for these videos because I'm not doing a early accessy sort of thing, which I would otherwise do. But yeah, so those are things there. The only reason I'm mentioning it is because I never, ever, ever, ever mention it, and I feel like a dipshit every time. I am the worst businessman on the planet. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and watch it, and listen to it, and smell it. Nope, that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. That would be weird. Do you think one day in the future, this is not important, I was because one day in the future, not, because like you talk about smell-o-vision for like fucking food shows and shit, but what if there was music, but it was smell? That would be fucking wild. Make it happen. Science. Maybe don't. Because someone would abuse it. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started with Hero, featuring our boy Caleb Hyles, by Jeff Williams. I'm so excited. Again, I was so fucking happy when I first heard him pop in there out of goddamn nowhere. My brain broke. Because I'm not an insane Caleb Hyles fan or anything. I've not been like following him forever or nothing like that. But obviously, again, he's done a lot of RWBY covers and stuff, and just a lot of great music covers in general. He's really enjoyable to listen to. So it was super fucking cool. And again, he did. It should have given it away, but he did the Red Like Roses part 2 alongside Casey as doing her normally what was her mother's role, the Summer Rose role, which was super duper fucking cool, and it's still one of my favorite things to hear. I goddamn love people doing RWBY covers, man, because I love Jeff and Casey's work in the OGs, and I love people doing weird cool takes with them. Like again, I really hope fucking Amanda Lee can eventually at some point get in on some of this, because she's done some fucking wild shit with both Red Like Roses and Mirror Mirror, and I want her to do all of the songs. And I would love to see her hop in on something. That'd be great. Also, just put her in the show. She voice acts. Anyway, point is, I don't know why I'm so in her camp, but anyway, point. I'm weird. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead. Also, give Christina V a song, please. It doesn't even have to be a Robin song, but it should be a Robin song. I'm just saying, baby girl can sing, and she's great. Let's do it. Anyway, let's fucking focus. Shannon, you, me, us. You should be fucking stepping in and telling me when I'm getting out of line. Do your part. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started here with Hero for realsies this time. In 3, 2, 1, go. Let us dive into the metal mind of the metal man. This was unexpected. This is not how I saw this starting. It's the part when he fucking grabs him and he fucks his arm up. There it is. I regret I'd offer up my life. Reservations I would fly. I can't sing. Let's not gonna do that. Oh. I love a good RWBY song that dives into a character's head. And it's so goddamn Ironwood, it's not even funny. There it is. I can't remember where we're going. hitting each other. Kinda doesn't matter, but... There it is. That's an interesting one. Not only because obviously you have, and we'll talk about it. Not only do you have, obviously, it's again that deep insight into Ironwood and his headspace. It's not a particularly unexpected one. Like, we kind of know what's going on in his fucking head. He's put that shit on Front Street as of late. But, you know, it's just purely the song itself is really, really interestingly done. Like, it has a really interesting and different, like, flow to it. It feels, I would almost say it feels, like, disjointed. Like, it feels off. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I kind of mean it in a very positive way. I mean it in a thematic way. Like, it, in my head, it feels janky. Like, it jumps to places, it feels like maybe it should have, like, an extra second to stop. Or it should have an extra second of something else. Or, you know, the tone is just slightly off. Like, something is wrong. And again, I do not mean that in a negative way at all. I mean that in my head, I think it fits very, very well. Because Ironwood's fucking losing his mind. And I think that helps, and I think it helps to illustrate that. Again, I fucking love, like, I am very not good at paying attention to themes and how things flow into them in other shows and stuff. Like, it's never been my strong suit. I am not a particularly analytical guy. It's not really ever been my thing. Like, I can talk a lot, and I'm very, like, emotional. Like, there's things that very much affect me, but I'm not a very analytical person. It's never been the kind of person I am. And when it comes to, like, objectivity and shit, get that shit the fuck out of it. I could not give less of a fuck. It's art. Get that shit out of here. I don't like it. But I think, yeah, it to me personally, and I don't know if anyone else has the same feeling or if I'm just tripping, but to me, it does feel very kind of disjointed and off. Like, something's broken. Like, something isn't working right. And I think, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but I would believe it if Jeff said it was, because he's a smart boy. But it feels very, very appropriate for Ironwood. Again, he's really losing his shit. Like, again, we've always, since the moment that man walked on screen for the first time, everyone went, "Can we trust this motherfucker?" And obviously, Ironwood is not a bad person. Ironwood is not, or at least up until him trying to blow Oscar the fuck away. I don't consider Ironwood a bad person. I don't think he's wrong for fighting for what he's fighting for. I don't think he is wrong for trying to do the right thing. He's wrong in how he goes about it. I stand by that 100%, and I think if someone maybe doesn't agree with me on that, you should consider the situation a little bit more. I've seen it's been a really, really interesting thing seeing how people kind of fall on the Ironwood's plan thing. And I don't think anyone's like a fucking idiot or something, or an asshole necessarily for agreeing with Ironwood on some stuff, because I don't think that's the case at all. I just think there's things that you kind of have to consider that I'm not sure everyone necessarily does. And again, I don't think that's calling them anyone stupid, but just it's more complicated than I think people want to make it out to be. Sometimes anyway. But again, that's kind of the thing that's really interesting and great about Ironwood, is he is a character that, while he's fucking up, people can understand where he's coming from. People can understand why he's doing what he's doing. Some people can kind of agree with him. Again, I think we all agree that that Salem's the bad guy that has to be stopped. Like, we get that. If you don't, you're one of those people You're one of those people that makes a video on RWBY every other week talking about how it's shit. You're one of we know who you are. But that's not the point. Moving on. But point is, we all kind of can agree that he means well. He's just doing the wrong thing, and it's because he's letting everything get to him. He's letting himself lose his fucking mind, and it's not like you can blame him. He's gone through fucking hell. He's been manipulated and twisted. He's been fucking constantly beaten down. He's been, he truly believes that he knows that he can do something different, that we can try a different method than what Oz has been doing forever, and that it will work. And while I do think, yeah, you kind of have to do something different than what Oz has been doing, because it's clearly not fucking worked, that's not necessarily the right thing. Like, again, he means well, but what he does actively assists Salem, not because he's trying to, but because he's just doing exactly what she wants him to do, because she's got this shit planned out. She knows that her whole goal that her whole victory here is going to be turning people against each other. That's her whole thing. That's literally been her mantra since the moment she fucking showed up on screen. You take away what is it? When united, they are a threat, but divide them, divide the whole goddamn song, and they're fucking nothing. And that's kind of her whole thing. Like, it's been her whole thing since the gods. The whole first thing that she does is turns the gods against each other, and she goes, oh, that works? Cool. But you can do it with people too. And that's her whole thing, and whether he intends to or not, that's literally what he does constantly. Again, doing shit like declaring martial law, closing off the borders, you fucking acting through might. Like even through the song, his entire thing is like, we have to be strong, we have to act, we gotta build ourselves up, we have to be ready to fight, we have to do all this shit. But and it's interesting because that is kind of true. You do kind of have to do that. It's just you don't want to do it now, which is the problem, and you want to do it a slightly wrong way. It's complicated because it is a complicated situation. Ironwood is not a completely just utterly in every way, shape, or form morally reprehensible monster. He's not Adam Torres, that's always the thing that I find hilarious too, is, the amount of people, and I'm going to go off on a little Adam thing here, so I do apologize. But the amount of people who are super fucking crazy about Adam, and they're like, oh my God, how could you ruin this character? How could you do the blah, 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 and that sort of thing. And they're like, we want this goddamn character who's this, an anti-hero who fights for people and what he believes in and shit like that. And you're like, okay, cool. That's Ironwood. What you want is Ironwood. And Sienna Khan, even if Sienna Khan didn't last very long. But, what you wanted out of that character exists. They're just not quite as edgy. Which I think is kind of the reason you're into it, is because he's cool. That's my Adam thing. I like Adam a lot. he's fucking horrible, but I like him as a character. So it's really fucks with me when people are really weird about it. Anyway, you're allowed to have your opinions, even though they're fucking wrong. Anyway, my point is, like, Ironwood is a complicated person. He is not so black and white, even if his worldview kind of is. Like, again, he has kind of a hero martyr complex. Like, he is like, it's really interesting comparing him and Leo. Like, because Leo's whole thing is being a fucking coward, is being scared. And, like, that's the thing, is Ironwood's thing is being scared too, but it's how they respond is the exact opposite. Leo completely cowers, caves to Salem, does whatever the fuck she wants him to do. And so he gets stabbed to fucking back. And Ironwood is terrified and paranoid and is just traumatized. But he is willing to fight but he is willing to fight till the bitter end. He is willing to put himself on the line. He's willing to sacrifice other people. He is willing to do anything that he can to win. Not necessarily to do the right thing, kind of, but to win against her, because in his mind that's the right thing. And he's not entirely wrong, but how... You can't just throw away an entire city full of people. You can't do that. Especially not when, in doing that, you're doing exactly what she wants anyway. Like, again, it's a complicated thing. And Ironwood's a complicated character. And I think that's why people love him so goddamn much. Because he's very interesting. He is legitimately one of, if not... For me, he's not, because Weiss is my personal favorite, but he's absolutely in, like, the top 5, top 3, maybe even characters in the show for me. Like, he's a very compelling person, despite being kind of a dick. And, like, that's the thing, it's been interesting, was watching through the entire volume, how much he legitimately tried. Like, that was the thing, is one of the things I appreciated the most. Like, when you go into that volume, you immediately expect him to be what he is at the end of the volume. You expect him to already be completely off the deep end, to already commit to, like, hey, fuck off, I'm doing what I'm doing, because it's kind of the impression we got of what he was gonna be. But he kind of had grown a little bit. He had learned a little from his mistakes, not enough, clearly, but he had learned a little bit, and he tried so fucking hard to listen when, you know, Team RWBY or whoever, or Robin, was kind of like, hey, we need to back up a little, we got to think about this, you got to try this over here. And it worked to a point. And then Cinder did her thing, and as soon as he was at his most confident, she did her fucking thing, and it snapped him in fucking half, and then everything fucking collapsed. And he took everything that he had otherwise put aside and kind of like, okay, we just got to focus on doing the right thing. And then that immediately all came back on him, and he was like, fuck. And he turned into Ironwood at the end of the volume. Like, he's a very interesting character, and I think they did him so fucking right. Like, they've done... Like, a lot of people will complain here and there about a character or their arc or whatever the hell. I have not seen a single fucking person legitimately... And, hey, maybe I've just been lucky. But I've not seen, like, a single person legitimately be upset with Ironwood's development. Like, you might agree with him and you might disagree with RWBY. You're wrong, but but, like, no one really seems to really have a problem with it, because they legitimately did him really right. He feels like a very organic person, which is weird because he's half robot. And he's the man with no heart. But yeah, I don't know. I really, really like Ironwood, even if he's, you know, he is an antagonist. He is doing wrong. He's going to get people fucking killed. A lot of fucking people killed. He's making some fucking mistakes. He's doing exactly what Salem wants him to do. And it fucking sucks. And I sincerely hope he can pull out of it. I don't feel like he's going to by the end of this. I think honestly the most positive way it's gonna go for Ironwood is maybe he does get some redemption, but I don't imagine it's going to be one where he comes out alive in the end. Like, I would be legitimately shocked if he lives throughout everything that happens, whether it be just in Volume 8 or just in general. But I would be honestly shocked. Again, I think it just really comes down to whether or not he's going to be able to find himself, find his heart again, or if he's really just going to lose himself completely and just never be able to come back from it. And, like, I will sacrifice anything I fucking have to stop her. And, like, again, it's noble to try and do everything you can, to be willing to sacrifice yourself for the greater good, to stop a horrible, legitimate, absolute fucking monster. But he's caving into his paranoia, and he's caving into his win over what is actually right. I don't know. It's a shame. It is a shame that it's probably gonna have to go that way. But it's really interesting too, is again, like, they did him so right. Like, if you had told me, like, well, hey, he's probably not gonna make it out of this, blah blah blah. Like, back in Volume 3, like, oh, well, I guess we lost a guy who's kind of cool, like, aesthetically, and he's kind of a badass in that way. But, like, hey, that's fine. But they made him such a compelling fucking person. A problem, but a compelling person. Yeah. And I really, really appreciate how much of this song really helps to show his mindset. Again, like, the whole song is, hey, I'm gonna do this, I'll protect you, I'll save the fucking day, whatever it takes. And the problem is why, like, hey, doing the right thing is good, but whatever it takes is kind of a dangerous mindset. You know, it's that ends justify the means thing. And it's a hard one. I don't know. It's really complicated. Again, someone who legitimately does want to try and do the right thing, but is going about it the wrong way, and is going about it way too fucking hard, and is going about it with little regard for what you need to be fighting for. If you're fighting for the sake of humanity, if you're fighting to save humanity, then you need to try and fight as hard as you can to not actively throw parts of it away. Like, again, there's the arguments of, like, again, it's the ends justify the means. Like, hey, sacrifice a few to save the many, shit like that. And again, I talked about it in the last episode, because it was, about trust love, and kind of where Team RWBY is. Very, very idealistic. Again, that's where I fall in it. I am someone very, very idealistic, as you owe it. Like, if you're gonna fight for people, you gotta fucking fight as hard as you goddamn can to save as many people as possible. And again, he throws out his line, like, hey, we're saving who we can. But it's like, you're already giving up at that point. And forget about how, like, obviously the plan's not gonna fucking work because there's problems with the plan. Like, you're gonna run out of shit eventually. And she is not. End of story. You're going to... You're gonna run out of dust, you're gonna run out of food, you're gonna run out of water, you're gonna run out of whatever the fuck. And you're gonna die. Because she's not going to. And, like, so, like, hey, are you gonna run and postpone the inevitable, or are you gonna stand and are you gonna actually fight united together the one thing that she's fucking scared of, the only thing that actually concerns her, the only thing that is against her actual fucking plan because she knows it works? You're fucking up, Jimmy. You're fucking up. Anyway, I just wanted to throw all that out there. It was a weird tangent. Again, I knew there was going to be a lot to talk about. And I'm sure there's more I could say. But I don't know. I want to get my thoughts because I like Ironwood. We all like Ironwood. But we all kind of hate Ironwood. I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. I'm very curious to see where it all goes here in Volume 8. But anyway, I want to go ahead and I think we're going to listen to this one again. Again, I think it's so interesting how kind of fractured the song feels, because it feels so right for someone who is so fractured himself. Like, so, again, kind of disconnected from his humanity. A machine. And again, it's really interesting because you have a literal robot person, a literal android in this show who is infinitely more human and connected to her heart than James is. And it's really, really interesting. It's not an inherently like unique storyline or anything, but it's interesting to see how hard Penny drives in her own path and how hard Ironwood does. And again, Winter is kind of in that as well, because again, like, you have Ironwood and then you have the split off between them, which kind of represents the two sides of Ironwood almost. I don't know, it's really interesting. It's really interesting. We are gonna go ahead and check out Qrow again. Again, I will try and talk about anything that happens to come up that I find interesting as we go, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started here with Qrow Round 2 in 3, 2, 1, go. And again, the intro to this was really fucking unexpected. Again, like, the whole song feels... like, it feels so off, but it feels so right. And again, I really hope that doesn't come off sounding negative. That when I say it sounds like disjointed and janky and shit. Because it feels so fucking right for James. Like, again, you have this opening, which is all this huge, like, heroic monologue. Give it all up. No matter what it takes. Even if it takes you, apparently. Again, it's such a hero martyrdom complex. He's such a fucking cool character. Again, so much of him is just willing to throw it all away. Put it all into his might, all into his power. And kind of interesting. There's kind of some... yeah. So fucking confident. Despite how unconfident he is. I don't know, it's really such a fucking interesting character. But it's interesting kind of almost getting some parallels to Raven in a way, with the kind of the power versus strength argument, which I think is very relevant to this as well, because again, Ironwood kind of more representing power rather than strength. Again, it's really interesting how all of the antagonistic characters do kind of flow into each other. They relate to each other in a lot of ways. Like, there's a lot of very similar themes. Again, power and strength. Cowardice. How you handle it. Just being a douchebag if you're Adam. You know, like, I don't know. I find it really interesting. Like, another one would be, again, for kind of an Adam faunus thing in general, and people like Jacques is like keeping people down, shit like that. Again, obviously, even some flows into that with like, I really want to talk about Before the Dawn here eventually, because I did just finish that recently, and I really fucking enjoyed that. You know, like, it's interesting, like, like, again, I talk so much about how, like, songs that take a dip and go in a different direction, but it feels like this song does that quite a few times. Like, this is a really noticeable part as well. I really like the callback to that. Do you honestly believe your children can win a war? I don't know why I gave him, like, a weird accent. I hope you do, James. I hope you do. I gotta fucking rewatch those last episodes again. I love the last 3 episodes of this so much. Of Volume 7. So good. God damn. I really like that song. Again, it feels so kind of weird and off. And again, I'm very curious if anyone else gets that, or if I'm just fucking crazy, which is very goddamn possible. Almost guaranteed, actually. This is the wise bias thing from last time. But I'm legitimately curious if anyone else kind of gets that, or if that is just more me. Because I've noticed, like, some people have no problem with weird, like, pacing stuff that I do. It's like one of the few things that I do get wigged out about. Because I'm obviously very, very positive on a lot of stuff, but pacing kind of fucks with me. It's like one of the very few things. And I don't mean like, well, I guess I do kind of mean like general pacing, but just like exactly like how fast you move through something. Like I've talked about it before, like giving more things to time to breathe and to flow into each other better and stuff like that. I don't know. Weird. Point is, I'm very curious if anyone else kind of gets that with this song, or if I'm just tripping, which is very, very possible. Anyway, it's been 40 fucking minutes, and we spent it on one song. So I will leave you with one last comment. It is the most important comment of this video, and that is, can we talk about how Jason Rose just looks exactly like Ironwood? He is. Jason, it's the voice actor for Ironwood, but like, I don't know if you've ever seen him. Like, you look him up. It just looks exactly like Ironwood. Anyway, point is, you put a beard on the man. It's just Ironwood. And if you don't put a beard on the man, that's just Ironwood from before. Anyway, Jason's cool. He fucking killed it this past volume. I cannot wait to see him next time too. Anyway, that is enough of Hero. We will drop it there. And we're going to talk about Brand New Day. That is the next one. And I'm going to continue to fucking drown in my own sweat. That is disgusting and maybe hot for someone, but I mean, I know someone would be into it because the internet's full of weirdos. Just the planet in general. I don't know if you've seen this planet, but it's full of fucking weirdos. But I also mean they're gonna like. Can you get sympathetic sweat? You know, like when someone yawns, you're like, oh, motherfucker, why did you have to yawn? You know, like, that's the thing. Unless you're like a psychopath, you probably empathetically yawn. Sympathetic yawn? I don't know, whatever the fuck. Point is, a pathetic yawn. Like, that's the thing. And you get like, you have like the weird pregnancy thing that some people get. Isn't it like, it's like sympathetic pregnancy too? Whereas like the dude will start to have weird shit happen to his body, like because of his wife or something like that. Anyway, we're in it. I'm not going to talk about Jason Rose or pregnancy. This is a weird day. It's very hot in here. It's very hot in here. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am to listen to this song. Anyway, it's a Brand New Day. This should be the song that played during the fucking... I don't remember any fucking happening, but that would be wild if it did. I gotta rewatch Volume 7. Anyway, it happened during the kind of like montage bit in Volume 5, I do believe. With the thirsty moms and all that good shit. So yeah, I'm very curious to see how it is. Again, I'm expecting just kind of an upbeat, fun time, kind of like Touch the Sky, but then again, Touch the Sky snuck up on me. I was not expecting to enjoy it as much as I did, so who knows? Maybe this one will join alongside it. And I think we have another one too with like Celebrate and like Celebrate and what's that fucking other one? The Let's Get Real. I think are both Yeah, it feels like there's one for like every pair. Though I expect I May Fall is gonna be sad, actually. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. It is Brand New Day featuring Casey Lee Williams by Jeff Williams. In 3, 2, 1, go. Funky. Let's do it. I don't say that just because Funky showed up in that episode. And I think during the song at some point. These lyrics are depressing. When life's got you down, it does. And now it's a Y song. I like all the lyrics to this song. I know, right? Give it a minute, guys. Yep, it's about to get really wrong for you, Ruby. Shit. It's nice to just have happy songs in RWBY. So much depressing shit in RWBY. Never enough Casey singing happy songs. We need more of that. Ooh, we got Jeff in this bitch too? My boy. Awaken those vocals. I'd say you picked the right image for this then. Yeah, definitely like this bit for a good Qrow pulling himself up out of the gutter. Oh, that made me so happy to see him get some fucking hope. And then they immediately took it away. Because RT's full of monsters. I love y'all, but you're evil. But it was really nice to see him get a little bit of peace. Again, it's a shame that he's probably just lost it all again, but it was nice while it lasted. We stopped drinking and everything. Especially needed that after Volume 6. Always a good solo. Always a good solo. Again, this is obviously, it's a Surism Adams video, so I'm working off of what they got here. But, like, I like who they picked for this, because, like, obviously, the Qrow one seems very, very obvious, because Jeff has made multiple fucking references to getting drunk, and he's really the only one who does that. Did that. Please be did, not that. Is, shit. But, I definitely do think Blake, who they also picked for Casey's lines, also fits as well. But it does come off feeling a little bit... It's not as blatant as I think. Blatant as the Qrow bit is. But I actually really do like... I love the idea of having a positive Qrow song considering the only other one we have has been, I hate everything about me, you should run away. Yeah. I didn't really expect that. I really didn't expect that. Again, kind of imagined it being more just kind of generic. And again, I don't know, because again, they did put Blake in there, and I don't know if that one is, again, it's just because it's not as in your face as the Qrow lines, or as the Jeff lines, which appear to be Qrow lines. But yeah, I really like that. I just love my boy. I just want him to be happy, man. God damn it, let him be happy. Robin, take care of this sweet boy, please. I didn't ship that shit at all until you did the little hand thing on the shoulder, and I'm like, God damn it, give him a friend, please, take care of him. You don't even... You could get married and have lovely children, that'd be wonderful. But please give him a fucking friend, if nothing else, and don't let her die too. Or him, just don't... I've always been in the camp of Qrow's not making it to the end. Please let Qrow make it to the end. He needs it at this point. He needs it. Let the birds, let the lovebirds, haha, funny joke. Let them go off and live in a cottage somewhere. Post Salem hellscape. It's all over. We did it. We saved the day. Just chill out on the porch, stare off into the sunset, and have a good time. I just want to believe it. Let it be a brand new day. Yeah. I think that's all I really have to say about this one. Just because the Qrow stuff kind of snuck up on me. Again, I wasn't expecting to have something like that there. So yeah, I don't really have too much more to say other than that. I do want to give it another listen, especially to the earlier parts, to see if I do get more of kind of a notable pull from Casey's lines, like I did with Jeff. But I'm curious. Other than that, I don't really have too much to say. I probably won't have too much to say other than this. It's just more just kind of listen to it and enjoy it and have a good time. It's a brand new goddamn day. If we could just skip a good few days this year, that'd be fantastic. We're gonna go ahead and get started with Brand New Day again, the second run through. In 3, 2, 1, go. It was a real nice surprise having Jeff in here with this one. It's always a delight when he pops in. Honestly, the whole song sounds like a Qrow song, even if like the first half is sung by Casey. Again, it does fit for Blake too, but honestly the whole song feels like a very Qrow song. This bit's so fun. To be fair, Qrow didn't get a haircut, so it's totally Blake. Sorry. All it took was RWBY calling you out on your shit repeatedly hardcore in your face. Like, motherfucker, what are you doing? Shut the fuck up. Let me do this. And then Maria giving him just a little bit of a... He's a good kid. I don't know why Maria sounds like this. Last time I checked, she does not sound like this. What a lovely deep voice you have, old lady. I hope we get more Maria next time, and hopefully she lives. I'm scared everyone's gonna die. Oh, Volume 8, don't do me like that. Look at this bird. This bird's smiling. Again, it's really fucking me up because I just keep getting remembered. This song is lovely and it's a nice song for Qrow to be happy. And then you remember that did not last at all, even a little bit. Boy, that Clover thing sucked. Fuck. Boy had a friend. Skillful coward hides the truth so well. I like that. It's a lot of really nice lines in here. I mean, nice is very fucking subjective. But yeah. All right. That was Hero and Brand New Day. That's 2 more songs down, 6 to go, I do believe. I do declare. Do I declare? What am I declaring? My love for Weiss? Yeah, that's what I'm declaring. I'm in. Let's do it. We proposing our undying love? I'm in. Anyway. What? Anyway, point is, yeah, that was Hero and Brand New Day. We got ourselves our good old-fashioned Ironwood song, with our lovely little surprise visit from Caleb Hiles, and we got, again, very unexpectedly a pretty Qrow-centric song in Brand New Day, which I was not expecting. Again, I expected kind of more of just a generic happy thing, but I liked that there was that angle in it, that it is a happy thing, but there's a lot of perspective of our boy, and fuck, he needs that. Gonna keep talking about how great it is, and then I'm just reminded it wasn't great. It didn't last. Please let him have a happy ending with this. Again, I've always been so hard in the camp if he's not making it, but I've never wanted anything more in my life. Yeah. Fuck. Please be his friend, Robin. If you want to be more, I'm not gonna complain. You're adorable. But yeah, fuck. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end it there, guys. That was Brand New Day and Hero. Next time, if I remember correctly, the next 2 should be, it's Let's Get Real and War. Then we'll have Celebrating Until the End, and finally we'll end it off with Fear and I May Fall. Yeah. God damn. Anyway, I'm gonna end it there, guys. If you guys enjoyed, please give it a little bit of love. Again, always goes a long way. I hope you guys did enjoy. Again, these are always so much fucking fun to do. And I cannot wait to be able to do more. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do more tonight or if I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow. Yeah. It's been a fucking blast, gang. Yeah, I will see you guys next time for even more. With, again, what was it? Fuck, we just established this. Let's Get Real, which should be the Ren and Nora song, or the one that plays during the Ren and Nora. That part. Yeah. The one that played during that, as well as, again, War, which should be the Team RWBY Aesop's fight song. So that'll be fun. Anyway, until then, though, guys, I'll see you guys later. Much love. Take care. Smooches. Bye-bye. I got nothing. I'm losing my mind. I talked about pregnancy and about my man's voice actor looking like him. And I mean, if... Did I mention it's hot in here?